Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV. I'm Vedanta Agarwal. Our lead story, well, the Prime Minister addressed the last sitting of the 17th Lok Sabha and he recalled all the landmark bills passed in this Lok Sabha, from the Women's Reservation Bill to the scrapping of Article 370. He said the 17th Lok Sabha will go down in history as the most efficient one. In fact, he also said that efficiency was at 97%. The Prime Minister also said that these elections, the upcoming elections, will bring glory to the nation. Listen in to the key bits of the Prime Minister's address.
ये 5 वर्ष देश में रिफॉर्म, परफॉर्म एंड ट्रांसफॉर्म। आदरणीय अध्यक्ष जी, आपकी कुशलता और माननीय सांसदों की जागरूकता, उन सबका संयुक्त प्रयास मैं कह सकता हूं कि जिसके कारण 17वीं लोकसभा की प्रोडक्टिविटी करीब 97% रही है। आतंकवाद नासूर बनके देश के सीने पर गोलियां चलाता रहता था। हमने आतंकवाद के विरुद्ध सख्त कानून बनाए, इसी सदन ने बनाए। मुझे पक्का विश्वास है कि उसके कारण जो लोग ऐसी समस्याओं का लिए जूझते हैं, उनको एक बल मिला है, मानसिक रूप से उनका कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ा है और भारत को पूर्ण रूप से आतंकवाद से मुक्ति का उसमें एक एहसास हो रहा है और वो सपना भी सिद्ध होके रहेगा। आदरणीय अध्यक्ष जी, चुनाव बहुत दूर नहीं है। कुछ लोगों को थोड़ी घबराहट रहती होगी, लेकिन ये लोकतंत्र का सहज आवश्यक पहलू है। हम सब उसको गर्व से स्वीकार करते हैं और मुझे विश्वास है कि हमारे चुनाव भी देश की शान बढ़ाने वाले, लोकतंत्र की हमारी जो परंपरा है पूरे विश्व को अचंभित करने वाले अवश्य रहेंगे, ये मेरा पक्का विश्वास है। अनेक पीढ़ियों ने एक संविधान इसके लिए सपना देखा था, लेकिन हर पल उस संविधान में एक दरार दिखाई देती थी, एक खाई नजर आती थी, एक रुकावट चुभती थी। लेकिन इसी सदन ने धारा 360 आर्टिकल 370 हटा करके संविधान के पूर्ण रूप को, उसके पूर्ण प्रकाश के साथ उसका प्रकटीकरण हुआ।
Remember, governance, welfare, ideology, of course, outreach to opposition allies, and most importantly, social justice. You know, these 5 things, I think Prime Minister Narendra Modi covered all of that in his 3 speeches that were delivered today. And like you rightly said, even PRS legislative research says that till last year, there were many important bills that were passed without, the opposition's contribution, which included even the criminal laws and also, data protection and a couple of very important bills. But the government has its own understanding and defense of it, saying that it is the opposition that plays the spoil spot and it plays the disruptor. It does disruptive politics. So our business is to ensure that legislative work goes on as usual, and that is why we've been voted for this, and that is something that the government, the treasury benches are very proud of, and that is probably something that the Prime Minister reiterated today, because today's speech was all about his governance agenda. If you see the last 2 speeches, it was either about attacking the opposition, singularly targeting the Congress, Nehru Gandhi family for holding the country back and allegedly not recognizing its own talent. And then, the Bharat announcements followed, the emphasis on social justice happened. Prime Minister also talked about welfare. There was this tabling of white paper that showed how economy was in tatters during the UPA regime. And today was about governance, because this was the Prime Minister making it clear that governance is probably more important than all of this agenda. And you can't forget ideology, because this was the first time the parliament debated something like the Ram temple. There were, of course, views on the other side too, with the opposition saying that karma is more important than dharma. But you have very powerful BJP speakers led by the Home Minister Amit Shah himself, who said that this is a time not for, responding to others, but this is our Mann Ki Baat, clearly saying that this is a struggle that we consistently followed and we took it to the closing line and we sort of like finished it. So I think this starts the countdown to 2024 Lok Sabha elections, in my opinion.
So, well, this Parliament session and the 17th Lok Sabha, indeed a landmark one, but many would say that this is a Lok Sabha which saw a complete breakdown of communication between opposition and the government. But moving now to the other big headline. Well, ahead of the crucial floor test on Monday, Bihar parties are attempting to keep their flock together. The JDU is moving fast as well, and so is the RJD. In fact, Tejasvi Yadav, the former Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar, has moved all RJD MLAs to his residence. The BJP also mulling shifting its MLAs to Bodh Gaya ahead of the floor test. And remember, the Congress MLAs were also shifted to Hyderabad in Telangana, which is becoming a hot destination for resort politics. This after Nitish Kumar jumped ship from the Mahagathbandhan to the NDA. And speaking of jumping ships, well, former Maharashtra Minister Baba Siddiqui, who resigned from the Congress party on Thursday after 48 years of association with the Grand Old Party, joined Ajit Pawar's faction of the NCP. The Congress MLA has been representing the high-profile Bandra area in Mumbai. Listen to what he had to say after joining the party.
लोगों ने फोन किया, कोशिश की, और सही बात है, कोई भी आदमी प्रयास करता है। मैं कोई ब्राउनी पॉइंट्स उसमें लेना नहीं चाहता हूं, बहुत मेहनत की इस पार्टी में, मगर जब मन दुखता है तो आदमी जब अपने मतभेद रखता है और जब उसे पता चलता है कि सिर्फ यहाँ परसेप्शन की राजनीति हो रही है, एक ही वर्ग को खाली एक परसेप्शन से बताया जा रहा है कि हम आपके साथ हैं, क्योंकि ये बताया जाता है और हमको तो सिर्फ कड़ी पत्ता समझा जाता है जो खाने में जायका का काम आता है। जब खाना खत्म हो जाता है, जायका हो जाता है, कड़ी पत्ते को उठा के फेंक दिया जाता है और परसेप्शन रहता है।
And Ronak Kukre is joining us live on the phone line now. So Ronak, कहीं ना कहीं ये एक setback है महाविकास अघाड़ी के लिए, of whatever is left of the महाविकास अघाड़ी, but at the same time जो उन्होंने कहा अपनी इस बाइट में वो भी बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है, जो तमाम कांग्रेस लीडर्स कहते आए हैं कि उनको उनका ड्यू क्रेडिट नहीं मिला पार्टी में।
निश्चित तौर पर और रह रहकर ये बातें सामने आ रही थी और हम लोग भी ग्राउंड पर जब ये देख रहे थे कि बाबा सिद्दीकी पिछले कई दिनों से कांग्रेस पार्टी में असहज महसूस कर रहे थे। उनको लग रहा था कि पार्टी उनको सही जो स्थान देना चाहिए वो नहीं दे पा रही है। उनके जो बेटे हैं वो कांग्रेस से विधायक है और वो जिस बांद्रा ईस्ट सीट से विधायक है वो इलाका उद्धव ठाकरे का डोमिनेंस वाला इलाका माना जाता है। और जब महाविकास आघाड़ी सरकार में कांग्रेस भी शामिल थी, लेकिन उस वक्त भी उनके बेटे जिशान सिद्दीकी को वहां पर काफी तकलीफ जो है वो दी गई। इस तरह की भी बातें रह रहकर बाबा सिद्दीकी या जिशान सिद्दीकी करते रहते थे। और अब जब ये मौका आया कि प्रफुल्ल पटेल से पिछले हफ्ते उनकी जब मुलाकात हुई और अजीत पवार ने उनको ऑफर दिया कि वो पार्टी में अगर आते हैं तो उनको एक बड़ा ओहदा जो है वो दिया जाएगा। और हमें जो जानकारी मिल रही है कि 27 तारीख को जब महाराष्ट्र में राज्यसभा के 6 सीटों के लिए चुनाव होने जा रहा है तो बाबा सिद्दीकी को एनसीपी की तरफ से राज्यसभा उम्मीदवार बनाया जा सकता है। और एक अल्पसंख्यक मतों पर भी एनसीपी जो है वो अपना दावा करना चाहती है और इसीलिए बाबा सिद्दीकी को पार्टी ने अपने साथ लिया है।
जी रौनक, बहुत शुक्रिया तमाम जानकारी के लिए। सो वेल, एज रौनक इज रिपोर्टिंग, jolt to the MVA in a sense, but of course this has been a trend that we've been seeing in the past couple of months, where Congress leaders saying that they've not received their due credit in the Grand Old Party, which is the reason behind them jumping ship. Moving now to the other big headline. Well, the upcoming agitation by farmers organizations has prompted the Haryana government to suspend mobile internet services in some parts of Haryana, including districts like Ambala, Kurukshetra, Kaithal, Jind, Hisar, Fatehabad and Sirsa from 6 a.m. of February the 11th to 12 midnight of February the 13th. Meanwhile, the union government has invited farmer union leaders to meet them on Monday. Mohammed Ghazali is joining us live on the broadcast now. So Ghazali, this has been a long-standing demand of the farmers union, guarantee on an MSP, and there seems to be a mistrust between farmers unions and the government that has persisted for quite some time now.
Yes, and what we are picking up right now is that ahead of this proposed farmers protest on Feb 13, the union government is holding another meeting on Feb 12 with the two farm union leaders who were present in the previous meeting which was held recently in Chandigarh in the presence of Mr. Arjun Munda, Mr. Piyush Goyal, and now Mr. Nityanand Rai will also be attending that meeting on Feb 12 at 6 p.m. here in Chandigarh. Now we will see, perhaps will this meeting be able to deter the farmers from going forward with their tractor march or not. But meanwhile, the Haryana government and the police and the district administration has geared up, blocking all the entrances between Punjab and Haryana to stop the farmers from Punjab into entering into Haryana's region and joining the farmers from Haryana. But after the meeting on 12th of Feb, it will be ascertained whether the union government has managed to convince the farmers to not go ahead with their protest or not.
Right, Ghazali, thanks very much for joining us. With that, so the latest update we're getting is that the union government has invited farmer union leaders for a meeting on Monday ahead of that proposed farmers' protest. It's that Delhi Chalo call by the farmer unions. Thanks very much, Ghazali, for that. It's going to be a big story that we will keep a close watch on. Short break now. News continues on the other side. Welcome back. The big international headline. Well, the ever turbulent and volatile Pakistan politics is precarious again after violence and rigging. Confusion over who will don the Prime Minister's Sherwani in Pakistan continues. Well, what is most likely is a military-backed Nawaz Sharif-led coalition. Is it really the people's mandate or military oversight? Here's a report. Chaos after the polls in Pakistan as Imran supporters protest as the results show big wins for independents backed by Imran's party. On the other hand, local media suggests Nawaz Sharif and Bilawal Bhutto are set to join hands.
तो ये फर्ज बनता है कि हम इस मुल्क को भंवर से निकालने की तदबीर करें। हमने पहले भी अल्लाह के फजल करम से मुल्क को मुश्किलात से निकाला है और आज भी निकालने का एहतमाम कर रहे हैं।
Meanwhile, Imran claimed victory in an AI speech from behind bars, congratulating his supporters.
नवाज शरीफ एक कम ज़र्फ इंसान है जिसने ऑफिशियल नताइज के मुताबिक 30 सीट्स पीछे होते हुए भी विक्ट्री स्पीच कर दी है। 2 साल के सख्त जुल्म और नाइंसाफियों के बावजूद हमने 2024 इलेक्शंस 2/3 अक्सरियत से जीत लिया है।
With results disputed and still not clear, more than 24 hours after polling ended, there have been allegations of vote tampering and condemnation from domestic and international critics. The US said it was concerned about allegations of fraud and interference in the election process. David Cameron said there were issues with the fairness and lack of inclusivity in the elections. The internet is still disrupted in areas. The overwhelming support for Imran has no doubt upset the Pakistan Army script, which including putting Nawaz in the PM's chair. The Army chief addressed the political turmoil today, saying the nation needs to move away from anarchy to stable hands, adding that elections are not about winning or losing and that parties must show political maturity. But the Army's statement and Sharif's assurances will do little to assuage the Pakistani people, whose dream of a smooth election seems more distant than ever before. With Kartikeya Bhattacharya, Bureau Report, NDTV.